Coming up on Torrance Today, it's Memorial Day and our city's Historical Society is helping to honor our local heroes at the Veterans Memorial Plaza. A very special principal celebrates being recognized on both local and state levels for her outstanding work in education. And a couple of local businesses donate thousands of dollars from beer sales to benefit our libraries. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Memorial Day, Monday, May 30th. Thank you so much for joining us. As many of us enjoy a day off and spend time with family and friends, let's remember the real reason behind this holiday and honor those in the U.S. Armed Forces who gave the ultimate sacrifice while protecting and serving our country. Here is our first story. The Torrance Historical Society hosted a special Memorial Day program paying tribute to the Torrance service personnel who gave their lives in U.S. military action.
Archie Caraway,
Wallace Matayoshi,
Christopher Smith, Milo Plunkett.
A total of 146 names were read at the wall of the Torrance Veterans Memorial Plaza. Each name reminded us of a precious life lost from World War I, Iraq, Afghanistan, and more. The event also honored Jerry Ronan, a past Torrance Historical Society board member and World War II veteran who passed away last December at the age of 95. With the help of a handful of volunteers, the Torrance Historical Society continues to gather and preserve the memories of each life. To date, the organization passed its halfway goal of putting a face to each name and creating a unique story for every individual. If you have any questions or would like to help, you can contact the museum at 310-328-5392. Green Hills Memorial Park also held a Memorial Day observance earlier today. We're told the event included a color guard presentation, a flyover by the Tiger Squadron, and skydivers of the 21st Century Skydiving Team. Here's a look at Memorial Day from past years at Green Hills. Officials say this is a day we remember and pay tribute to those who gave everything so that we may live free. We are forever grateful to their sacrifices, and I love this quote that the Memorial Park shared. Quote, "Our flag does not fly because the wind blows it. It flies with the last breath of every soldier who died defending it." The memorial wall at Green Hills will be available for viewing from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Green Hills also shared some simple tips to honor our military men and women. They include simply flying a flag, donating flowers to a fallen hero, writing a letter to a soldier, taking a virtual memorial tour, hearing veteran stories in their own words, and donating to a veterans organization. Thank you for the great ideas and reminding us that we can do any of these things from anywhere, anytime. In observance of Memorial Day, the City Hall, city offices, and all Torrance libraries are closed today. Trash and recycling will not be collected until tomorrow, and street sweeping will be on hold until Tuesday as well. A couple of local businesses gifted our local libraries with a very generous donation last week. It's the culmination of months of high-spirited fundraising.
It's really neat to have these businesses coming in to donate to the library, and just everyone can have a good time, and it's just the neatest thing to have a business that people want to come to.
It seems like every time there is an outcry that somebody needs some financing or some backing, they come forward with it, and this was a great partnership. They recognize the value of libraries and how much it helps equalize the system for all of our people in our community. And the goodness of their heart, they decided to do this. And I'm so pleased that one of our favorite breweries, one of our favorite manufacturers got together and did this.
Back in February, the Polypeptide Group and Schob Premium Ales created their one-of-a-kind beer called Polygo to celebrate Polypeptide's recent expansion. The companies pledged to donate $1 of every pint sold to the Torrance Library system, and they were true to their word. They presented a $5,000 check last Thursday, helping our libraries to continue encouraging bookworms of all ages. Thank you, Polypeptide and Schob, for your generous donation. One Torrance principal received quite the honors last week. Catherine Castleberry, the principal of Lincoln Elementary School, was named the Elementary Principal of the Year in both Torrance and the entire state of California.
I'm fulfilled helping and supporting others. I'm fulfilled by making a positive impact, and being a school site principal just really allows me to do that every day. At the heart of the work that we do is making sure that young people are prepared for college, career, and beyond. And that takes an investment and labor of love to do every day. And so when you decide that you want to enter the profession of education in whatever capacity, that you always use that as your motivator to do great work. Because when you have the ability to positively impact and potentially create the future, then it's not something you enter in lightly, but you definitely do it from a place of caring and commitment and dedication.
The Rotary Club of Torrance Del Amo hosted this special gathering at the Yorkshire Square Brewery and Pub. A number of distinguished guests dropped by to show their appreciation and support for Principal Castleberry, including Superintendent Dr. Tim Stowe, Torrance Unified School District Board President James Hahn, parents, students, and even former students. Under her leadership, Lincoln Elementary was recognized as a 2022 California Pivotal Practice Award winner. This award honors and recognizes Lincoln and TUSD for implementing innovative practices during the 2020-2021 school year during distance learning. Congratulations, Principal Castleberry, and thank you so much for your dedication to your students and just for the work that you do every day. El Camino College is celebrating 75 years of excellence in the arts with a Diamond Jubilee concert. This year's theme is Shining Through the Decades and will feature guest artists, talented alumni, and musical surprises. The headline performer is renowned Grammy-nominated pianist, composer, and ECC alumnus David Benoit, who will conduct his own composition, Soul to Soul, East Meets West, A Time for Hope. Music selections for the concert are celebratory to symbolize a reunion of being together in person for the first time since the pandemic began. Attendees will enjoy various musical sounds from Frank Sinatra to Beethoven. Each piece has been specifically chosen for its connection to past musical events from different eras at the college. The concert takes place this Friday, June 3rd at 8 p.m. Tickets are free, but you must reserve a ticket to enter. To learn more, visit elcamino.edu/events/75concert. This year's Click It or Ticket campaign is in full gear and runs through June 5th. That means the Torrance Police Department will have additional officers on patrol looking for drivers and passengers who are not wearing their seatbelts. Police will also be checking to see if young children are safely secured in their child safety seats. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Association, more than 10,000 people who were not wearing seatbelts were killed in crashes in the U.S. in 2020. 20% of traffic deaths in California were people who did not wear seatbelts. Due to California's primary seatbelt law, law enforcement officers can ticket someone for not wearing a seatbelt without committing another traffic violation. The Torrance Police Department reminds everyone, especially on this holiday, to buckle up and keep our children safe. For the first time in school history, North High held an athletic awards ceremony to highlight its top athletes.
I've been in sports ever since I was little. Like 3, 4, I ran track when I was young, and just gradually played football and ran track from there. Right now, currently talking to Fresno State right now. Have some colleges in Arizona, some in Colorado. It feels amazing. All my hard work is paying off.
Students, coaches, family members, and staff packed the auditorium as many young athletes were recognized, some even receiving scholarships. Basketball coach and former Laker Michael Cooper inspired the student athletes with a special speech, encouraging them on their athletic journeys and sharing with them about the importance of an athletic scholarship. Congratulations to our young athletes at North High. The California Water Resources Control Board voted on the emergency drought regulations last week. This comes after Governor Gavin Newsom issued an executive order in March limiting water usage. The new regulation bans watering of non-functional turf at commercial, industrial, and institutional properties. Officials estimate that the ban on watering decorative lawns will save between 156 and 260,000 acre-feet per year, which is the equivalent of water used by 780,000 households per year. Under the new regulations, local water suppliers would have to shift to implement water use restrictions as California enters the summer months. That means outdoor watering may only be allowed on certain days or during specific hours. Turf used for recreational purposes and water used to maintain trees are not included in the restrictions. If you're looking for some tips to saving water, experts say cut back on watering outside, only use the washer with full loads, take showers instead of baths, and make those showers a little shorter. Well, still ahead on this Memorial Day Monday, let's take another look at our hometown heroes who are on display throughout the streets of Torrance. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to leave you with a positive story from our community that fits the theme for the day. It's only fitting that we make today a Memorial Day Monday. Our City Cable team put together a special video with the help of Mayor Patrick Fury to recognize all of our hometown heroes for this year's Banner Recognition Program. Take a look.
The Hometown Heroes Military Banner Recognition Program, which was created in 2012, has been a small way we honor and say thank you to Torrance residents serving in the armed forces on active duty, as veterans, or those who have served in the military and are no longer with us. We thank each of our honorees as well as all members of the armed forces for their dedicated service and their sacrifice they have made for us and for this great nation.
The City of Torrance recognizes the following banners dedicated in memory of these veterans of the past. Kazumi Yaguchi, Army, sponsored by the Yaguchi and Toji families. Antonio Carrillo, Army, sponsored by the Carrillo family. George Michael Estrada, Marines, sponsored by the Estrada family. Alex Rizzo, Marines, sponsored by the Rizzo and Fraley families. Greg Clark, Air Force, sponsored by the Clark family. Donald L. Mitchell, Navy, sponsored by the Mitchell family. Gordon Smith, Marines, sponsored by the Smith family. Joseph Litvin, Army, sponsored by the Litvin family. William Mulvihill, Army, sponsored by the Litvin family. Joseph D'Amico, Air Force, sponsored by the D'Amico family.
These banners recognize those that we proudly honor as active duty members of the armed forces. Christopher Iguchi, Navy, sponsored by the Iguchi and Toji families. Colonel Anthony Crockle, Marine, sponsored by the Crockle and Arena families. Daniel Westra, Army, sponsored by the Baker and Westra families. Joseph Corkins, Navy, sponsored by the Corkins family. Joshua Adam Molina, Air Force, sponsored by his proud parents and brothers. Daniel Lowe, Navy, sponsored by the Lowe family. Jared Stillhard, Army, sponsored by the Stillhard family. Dylan Cervantes, Navy, sponsored by his proud parents and family.
Finally, we recognize and thank veterans who have served. David Iguchi, Navy, sponsored by the Iguchi and Toji families. Leon Silverman, Navy, sponsored by Friends of the Silverman family. Dana Barkwill, Navy, sponsored by the Barkwill family. Lance Brewer, Army, sponsored by the Brewer family. Leon Taylor, Navy, sponsored by the Perez and Taylor Morse families. Larry Bickelmeyer, Army, sponsored by his family. Robert Habel, Navy, sponsored by Mary Hoffman. Homer and James Geibel, Navy and Army, sponsored by the Geibel family. Jay Oswald, Army, sponsored by the Oswald and Hunt families. Albert Pacheco, Army, sponsored by Gloria Diaz. Bonifacio Gilbert Griego, Army, sponsored by the Reyes and Griego families. Nicholas Acosta, Navy, sponsored by his grateful family. Michael DeManuel, Army, sponsored by the DeManuel family.
We also created a special video featuring 3 of these hometown heroes. For the first time, a Torrance resident sponsored a banner for someone in their family that is in each of the 3 banner recognition categories: a veteran who has passed away, a veteran who is still with us, and someone who is currently serving our country. If you haven't met Stacy Toji yet, I can't wait to introduce you to her. You can catch her family story on Weekends in Torrance and online on our social media platforms. Thank you again to all of our military personnel, past and present, for your bravery and sacrifice. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.